do they really need to speak Hebrew? Can they just keep on with their lives and speaking English? Is there, Shabbat Shalom level of Hebrew is enough?
So I get this question a lot, both in my job because I help small businesses perfect their business English, whether they're native English speakers or particularly if they're not, and whether they're Israeli, whether they're from elsewhere in the Middle East, wherever they're from in the world and wherever they want to go, really helping their English. But I also do the reverse. I also volunteer, teach Hebrew to New Olim at least once a week. And I get that question a lot, both from students I teach, but also in general. Look, there's many more opportunities to work in English and the need for native level English in Israeli workforce, as well as the more native English speakers who make Aliyah come, the easier it is to have your whole life in English. That being said, you will miss out on a lot if you don't speak Hebrew. You will miss out on the vast majority of the population here. I mean, aside from maybe a few streets here in Tel Aviv, the vast majority of this country does not speak fluent English. They may have learned it since grade school. They may have picked it up through watching TV, and that's how most, frankly, Israelis learn good American-style English, is by watching reruns of Friends and Seinfeld and Simpsons. But they're not going to feel comfortable speaking to you in the English that you're used to. And conversely, by working on your Hebrew, you're going to feel more comfortable speaking to them and thus feel a part of the society you adopted.
So you're saying you can survive by not speaking Hebrew, but if you want to be part of the Am, you want to speak Hebrew and you want to learn Hebrew.
You can definitely survive. I'm not saying to people who are struggling with the language, you won't be able to survive. You definitely can. But I think that with all due respect to my fellow Americans, that American mentality of everyone speaks English, I don't need to learn anything. We Jews for centuries, if not millennia, have spoken multiple languages wherever we lived. America is an exception to the rule. We don't need to further that. Plus, we have Hebrew. We've spent millennia preserving the language. We've spent the last century plus reinventing it and creating new words to fit 20th and 21st century realities. Mm-hmm. There's really no reason not to learn it. Most people will claim that it's hard to learn a new language. The vast majority of people just statistically do not have cognitive issues that prevent them from learning a new language.
Yeah. No, well said. I actually agree. I completely agree. Okay, so here's a question that's directly towards the young professionals, people who are trying to make Aliyah, I would say, post degree or prior to degree, post high school. I have actually a hard time answering that when people talk to me because there are also degrees in Israel that you could do in English. So would it be okay, would you say, to come here before making a degree? What is my degree worth if I come from the U.S.? Is there some sort of a way in the U.S. how it's ranked, Ivy Leagues or not in Israel? So what do I, if I'm a young professional and I'm in that aspect, what do you suggest? What's